We have a huge double main event for you on this episode of British Wrestling Weekly, but we kick things off with the introduction of a British wrestling legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Reading Boxer, winning tonight at 225 pounds, this is the artist, Doug Williams!
Alex Shane joining you here at ringside at the Liverpool Olympia for a very, very special episode of British Wrestling Weekly. And if there's any doubt as to how special it is, then look who is stepping foot into an NGW ring. He's a man who has done more to fly the flag as an ambassador for the British wrestling scene than anyone since the glory days of Giant Haystacks and Big Daddy in the United Kingdom. Is the former star of Ring of Honor, the former star of TNA, the former British heavyweight champion himself, the anarchist Doug Williams, and he's about to take part in a true British wrestling dream match. Back over to you, Stevie.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent.
Well, when it comes to new generation wrestling, it's the name on the marquee. If Doug Williams is a star of the previous generation, then you need look no further than the man about to walk into the Liverpool Olympia as the standout of this generation is the one and only El Ligero. If a match between the Mexican sensation El Ligero and Doug Williams was not big enough, then check this out, because this is the build to the Destiny Rumble, and this is a Rumble Roulette match. In just 2 weeks' time, 20 of NGW's top stars will compete in an over-the-top rope battle royal, with the winner becoming the new #1 contender to Nathan Cruz's NGW Unified Undisputed Heavyweight title. So the winner of this match will get the spot number 20, and the loser will get the spot number 1. So the stakes are incredibly high. NGW management picked the former champion, who is yet to get a rematch against Rampage Brown, that's El Ligero, and the man most synonymous in this country as a British wrestling champion of the past generation, that's Doug Williams. So worlds really are colliding in this contest. Either of these two men against Nathan Cruz would be a big, big deal. And talking to Nathan Cruz, the champion is not taking it easy in the build-up to Destiny Rumble, because he is here for a huge, huge main event just around the corner. Because on this episode of British Wrestling Weekly, I said at the beginning, it's a double main event, because before the end of the hour, you will see the control team of Rampage Brown and Mark Haskins, managed by Richie West, the head of the control, and they will take on none other than the one night only dream tag team of Liverpool's #1 Zach Gibson and the show stealer Nathan Cruz. Cruz and Gibson teaming for the first time ever. You're not going to want to miss that. But right now the bell is rung and we're underway with a handshake as Ligero and Williams are about to start things off. And you can guarantee this is going to be a throwback to the glory days of World of Sport, because Williams has made the British wrestling style, in fact I would say he's brought it back to a mainstream stage, but he's brought it back to a worldwide stage, because many would argue that Williams was the wrestler who really, really brought the old World of Sport style back to a modern wrestling stage with his appearances in Ring of Honor and TNA, as I mentioned earlier. And Ligero, known as being a Mexican-style lucha libre high flyer, but Ligero, make no mistake about it, this guy can wrestle, and we're going to see that here. This crowd at Olympia is in for a treat there, as Williams front face lock on Ligero, the bigger man, and Ligero using some fast movement and momentum to push Williams back in a clean break. And the respect between these two men, obviously very, very high indeed. I spoke to both of them earlier, and they have got their sights firmly fixed, of course, on the Destiny Rumble, the biggest match in NGW, which comes every year. But both of them were very, very looking forward to this contest, because it really is a true British wrestling dream match. And we've had a few of them on this programme, but never before have we seen something as intergenerational as this. And look at this by Williams. Can he find an escape? from the Mexican sensation. A headstand by Williams, and that's a big man with big agility, nips out, lands on his feet. And if there's one thing we know about Doug Williams, is that you have to have been training and studying for a long, long time to get this man in a hold that he cannot escape from. And it's great to see the new generation of British wrestling fans so appreciative of the legacy, heritage and history of the United Kingdom's traditional wrestling scene. And what a great display of it we're going to see in this one. And Ligero putting a hold there that he's definitely not familiar with. Will he find an escape from it? And look at this, Ligero using, looks like some salsa moves there, to wriggle his way out and reverses it on Williams. Look at the shock on the face of Williams. Williams there, rolls Ligero, comes through, shoulder tackle, big in the centre of the ring, hits the ropes. Double leg Nelson sunset flip. Pin attempt, reversal, reverse back. Just the one. Just the what? Just a... This is... Whoa. Look at this. Referee Adam J there going backwards and forwards as best he can. These two... Is this ever going to stop? My God, this is the most one counts I've ever seen, and they're not done yet. Yeah. And referee Adam J there just decides to give up. And that's probably a good idea, because I don't know if I've ever seen a referee pass out from exhaustion, but that's probably as close to it as we're going to get. And Ligero looked like, I mean, I'm not that fluent in Spanish, but from the sign language he used there, it looked like he was implying that the referee had eaten one too many pies in the build-up to this show at the Liverpool Olympia. And cardiovascular conditioning is going to be so important with the upcoming Destiny Rumble, because there will be 20 men, all drawing numbers at random, coming in at 90-second intervals, and the only way to eliminate somebody is to throw them over the top rope with both feet touching the floor. It's a familiar format made famous by the American companies, but we are going to see the best in Britain compete for a shot at Nathan Cruz and that belt, and the crowd here with a chant of "This is awkward," and it was a little bit awkward, but Williams there found a way out. And it's nice to see in an NGW ring where we're used to seeing some heated conflicts, some nice traditional British style wrestling, but there will be nothing nice and traditional about our main event, because before the end of the programme, Cruz and Gibson will team up for the first time ever. If this is a wrestling dream match, and that's a wrestling dream tag team in the United Kingdom, you're not going to want to miss that. But right now we have both of these men, and we're seeing a series of 2 counts now, and oh, look at that. Double bridge, like a mirror image. British wrestling's previous generation meeting its present. What's going to happen here? This is bizarre. Well, that was unique. I'm going to applaud that one. Absolutely fantastic display of British professional wrestling. But at some point, these two will have to pick up the pace, because the UK's most important televised prize of this generation and a shot at it is up for grabs. Because remember, the winner of this contest will receive shot number 20, spot number 20 in the Destiny Rumble, which is the most prestigious and highly sought number, because it means they will enter last and have the best chance of winning. Williams there, went for that Chaos Fury, Ligero reverses, Williams hits the ropes, comes back leapfrog. And, oh, shades of the great Johnny Saint there. It's the Saint Ball by El Ligero. And what's Williams going to do? Look at this. Ligero, I've not seen him use this before. Paying homage to a British wrestling great, and Williams looking for a way to, what's he going to do here? And, well, Ligero opens up, and a roll through, and just a 2. And Ligero saying, watch out, to Williams. That was a different way to how Johnny Saint, a legend in the United Kingdom's wrestling scene, finished that. British wrestling had an incredible legacy and heritage here in the United Kingdom on television, and it's great for it to be back on your screens after 25 years. And 4 of the very best of the new generation will be in our main event in that huge explosive grudge tag team match But before that, we're going to have to take a very short commercial break. Don't you dare go anywhere, because British Wrestling Weekly continues. Back here with you on British Wrestling Weekly, Alex Shane joining you at the Liverpool Olympia in the middle of a true British wrestling dream match as the Mexican sensation El Ligero takes on British wrestling legend Doug Williams. And you see Williams there on our replay with that textbook second rope assisted knee drop and that European style uppercut to the back of the neck on Ligero. And during the break we saw some of that offense that Williams learned from his extensive time in Japan. Snap suplex, shades of the legendary Dynamite Kid. And Williams has really taken it to the Mexican sensation. And don't forget, before the end of the hour, we have a huge tag team grudge match as the control team of Mark Haskins and Rampage Brown take on Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson, and the show stealer Nathan Cruz, who team up for the first time ever on this programme. Regular viewers of this show will know how important that tag team combination will be. Will they be able to coexist? We'll find out before the end of the programme, but right now, look at that, the glory special there by Doug Williams. Learned that in his classic match against wrestling legend, the late great Eddie Guerrero, who Williams beat on national television in the United Kingdom. It was a huge contest at Crystal Palace Indoor Arena. So it's really, really an advantage that Williams has been in there with the very best in the world, and now he's in there with one of the best in the UK today, El Ligero, who is fighting with all he has to not get suplexed from the top rope here. Ligero fights back, forearm, saves himself there with Williams. Whoa, look at that second rope Hurricane Rana. And Ligero there, wheelbarrow rolls Williams through, ref in position, 2 and just a 2. And as quickly as that, the Mexican sensation was able to come back on Williams. Williams hits the ropes, walks straight into an uppercut from Ligero. Ligero head of steam, charges at Doug Williams, big forearm. But he's still not done, hits the ropes again, turn, oh look at that, 2 well, into an inverted DDT, centre of the ring. Adam J down, and just a 2 again. Very, very close. And that is the first semblance of real offense that Ligero has had. You see here on our replay, here's that forearm, comes off the rope, turns around, 2 well, satellite inverted DDT. But it was just a 2. But you can see Ligero now, in real time, scaling that top rope, and it looks like he's going for that Mexican wave splash. It's how he beat another legend of the UK scene in Jody Fleisch. If he can hit this, and Williams moves, but Ligero rolls through. Williams charges over the top rope. Big forearm, stuns Ligero, and look at Williams, look at this big guy move, 18.5 stone on the top rope, and a massive flying European style uppercut. 2, and could that be all? 2.5, and the closest near for the match. Look at this replay. We see here, look, slow motion. Look at the force of that, 18.5 stone. Doug Williams is no small man, and now, head to the sternum, uppercut, didn't quite get all of that, but he's not finished as he charges Ligero into the corner. Textbook Williams with a big high knee and a huge suplex, cyclone exploder suplex. Up and over, sends Ligero 3/4 of the way across the ring, and he's going for that Chaos Theory, that rolling German suplex, so he goes for it again, waistlock. And Ligero lands on his feet, Ligero fighting back with all he can, and a roll up. 2, could that be? Whoa. My God, that was close. And Ligero winning the battle of speed here. Hits the ropes, comes back, and a big kick in the side of the face of Williams, and he's setting up for that C4L DDT of the second. If he can hit this, and Williams ducks down, but Ligero changes direction in midair. Oh, look at Williams' forward cradle, he gets him. Williams wins and earns number 20 in the Destiny Rumble. My God, what a good match. Experience beats speed and youth, because in the blink of an eye, Doug Williams, with nearly 25 years of in-ring experience with the best in the world, was able to head fake Ligero. And give credit to Ligero, because we'll see in a second on our replay, Ligero went for that C4L, Williams ducked, Ligero was able to change direction in mid-air. Yeah, look, a handshake there, and it's well deserved, but Doug Williams was able to push forward with that forward cradle and get the 1-2-3.